Welcome to another day in the Matrix. Waters above crypto. I'm sending all of you my love and high vibrations. Today we're seeing a very volatile market, new highs followed by a big rejection for Bitcoin and XRP and many of the other top altcoins. So if you're new here, we do cryptocurrency technical analysis and combine it with the esoteric science of Gematria, Numerology, and Astrology to understand these markets. If you haven't already subscribed and you'd like to, feel free. Give this video a like and share this channel with other conscious people to help grow this community. If you'd like to join the Mastermind course, my email is in the description. There's a promo code for lifetime access to the Mastermind in the pinned comment below. So let's take the red pill. Today, 4/14/2021, date numerology equaling 14. We've been following this number for quite a bit because XRP equals 14. In reverse full reduction. So getting back to the date with the 4/14/2021 equaling 14, and we are currently in the 15th week of this year, and 15 being XRP in the Chaldean cipher. We've been using these 14s and 15s to track XRP and its price action. And one thing that I did want to bring up is tomorrow being the 15th, which is a major ritual date for our good old friends in the Cabal. We're also entering Taurus very soon, which will start on April 21st, leading into the date 4/22, which I feel will have some interesting outcomes. Getting back to April 15th, this false flag, followed by another false flag, followed by another very important false flag, and this event of the Titanic coming back to a huge banking scam and to implement the Federal Reserve System. Another thing that's interesting about this is it was 108 years ago, and the 108 being a very important number. In yoga and Vedic tradition, it refers to spiritual completion. The Japamala is composed of 108 beads. And then there's some things that you could learn in regards to how the diameter of the sun is 108, blah, 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 blah. I don't pay attention to anything that NASA tells me because, as far as I understand, they are a fraudulent organization that steals our tax dollars in order to continue their scam. Moving into another interesting thing that happened on this upcoming date, April 15th, last year, it was considered the deadliest day for the C-word 19 scam. 2,752, yeah, whatever. But I am anticipating tomorrow to be a potential big date, considering that it has been historically for hundreds of years. You can go type in the April 15th date and all the important things that have happened, and it'll blow your mind to see how much has shown up in that pattern. Let's get into the charts. The first thing that I want to go on about with is XRP. Speaking of ritual, one thing that's so amazing about this XRP price, and it doesn't amaze us here because we've been tracking this and we know how the numbers work, but look right down here as I scroll up to show you when this all-time high price of the year occurred. Exactly 4/14 on the 4/14 date. You can't make this up. Happening at 4:14 a.m. on the date written 4/14. Let that sink in for a second, guys. This is so manipulated, and it blows my mind sometimes how few people see this. And I believe that our channel here, when we get into the gematria and numerology of it all, it makes it quite clear that this entire market structure is based off of the Washington, D.C. time zone called Eastern time zone. And it's manipulating this entire market based on the numbers and the words, and how the words have numerological value in the scientific utilization, alchemical property of Gematria. It is a literal science. And if you start to study Kabbalah, you will understand what I'm saying. People ask, why does this time matter? Why does it matter what time it happens? Well, if you study all these events, you'll be able to know exactly when things will happen before they happen if you just be very common sense based and try to think, well, XRP has been following this 14 number so perfectly all the way going back to April 5th when the breakout started, which we predicted would happen on this channel. April 5th, 2021, equaling 14, when the breakout of XRP happened and it reached new highs that it hasn't seen in 3 years. Again, now we're here on the 14 date and we're seeing the high happen at exactly 4:14. This all going on in Washington, D.C. time zone, and Washington, D.C. matters a lot because it is part of what I call the Trinity. The Trinity being composed of Washington, D.C., the Vatican in Rome, and the City of London. The people who organize and orchestrate our reality, our matrix reality, while they play God. And they do this with the Gematria code. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's get into some technical analysis. I'm going to go to the 6-hour chart real quick. I'm going to leave these drawings up and everything. This is the main chart we've been using. It would blow your mind if you go back into the videos in early March and see that this was totally extended, and now that the price has broken out, it's looking all scrunched up. And if you guys remember this red box territory, it actually came to an end a couple days ago. But it's just so incredible to see how we coordinated this box territory, called the breakout, and we're seeing how it's extended throughout this red box. And here we are today. We are seeing that we've recently passed the 1618 Fibonacci, and we've headed up to the 2618 Fibonacci. Yesterday's video was titled, and the ending of it mentioned the $2.30 price. The significance behind the 23 with XRP is because it's the reverse ordinal cipher. And also when you type in Ripple, you get the 32. And again, everything is mirrored when you are studying Kabbalah. When you're studying Kabbalah and Hebrew Gematria, it's all as above, so below, as within, so without. So I was anticipating the 230 price to come very soon. It's still in the cards. I anticipate it could happen as early as tonight, honestly. The way that XRP has been reacting lately has been very, very ritual. As anyone can see, I've been having tons of people email me about this Simpsons episode. I haven't watched it. I don't watch TV. I don't really have time for any of that. I study. I spend time with my loved ones. I meditate. I don't have time to really entertain myself anymore. I play music, I write music, and then I work with my private clients. So I appreciate everyone actually sending me that kind of stuff, like the Simpsons prophecies or whatever, because I don't have time. So I really appreciate anyone who sends me that stuff. And also, I have the Mastermind Community going on in the Patreon with the private Discord, and it is becoming amazing. The amount of insight that everyone's been sharing. I'm so grateful and fortunate to have so many beautiful people in that group sharing information with each other. And it's just great that I'm there to just give technical analysis and insider information in regards to the charts, because it's attracting the type of people to really fill in all the other gaps of information that I feel is so critical at these times. So I really just wanted to let everyone know, if you're part of the Mastermind community and you're hearing this right now, I am so grateful for you. And anyone who wants to join, the link is in the description box. But with that being said, this red line has been very crucial in my opinion. And also, I've been seeing there's some moving averages that do show up for XRP. One of which being this white moving average, which is the 55 EMA on the 1-hour chart. This isn't really good for new people, this complex stuff. If you're part of my mastermind course, you'll be aware of these EMAs and how I use them. The 4 hour is the 21 EMA, which is this orange line. This 21 has been so strong, and it was amazing to just watch when I woke up this morning. We dumped down right to the 21 and had a nice big buyback. And that's what's been going on time and time again during this breakout. It's either we come back to this major trend line, or we're just playing on this 21 on the hourly. So there's not too much TA to do right now. As you can see, this 2618 was a very good call, because if you see how it's the perfect daily close last night, and it's the resistance that we're seeing currently. But of course, we had to get that new all-time high at exactly 4:14 a.m. on the 4:14 date. I wouldn't be surprised if we just stood sideways for a little bit tonight, and then after this date passes and we move on to April 15th, we might see something happen. Again, I don't care if we move up or down. It's just the TA that I'm giving you, and at this time, it's all ritual. This is the moment when we move into April 14th and 15th that it's all ritual. That's all that matters. TA at this time on XRP does not matter, and I wouldn't be surprised at this time if XRP just kept moving up, sideways, time and time again till it reaches brand new all-time highs. Until it shows me a structure change, I'm bullish. Now let's move into Bitcoin. I like this index chart a lot. I'm gonna hide all these indicators for you guys, and I'm gonna show you what I'm seeing. So I'm gonna move down to the 6-hour chart. And the 6-hour chart, this is so great to watch. This white trend line that I've had on this chart for a while now became perfect resistance last night. So if I zoom in, look at that, to the wick. This chart is so good. I mean, anyone who's a big Bitcoin holder or a Bitcoin trader, if you've been watching my channel, this white line has been gold. Like, I've been trading off of this white line for probably since we dumped back here. Because when I saw us get that resistance on the white line and then pump above it and then smash back into it, I knew that this was going to be super important. I left this on my chart and I went ahead and extended it left to right so that it's just going to be on this chart forever. I think it's going to be crucial for the rest of this bull run. Anyways, with that being said, we've been breaking out on Bitcoin in a very nice way. It was a new high last night of 64,000, almost 65,000. The $63,000 price was something I was anticipating because Bitcoin, excuse me, equals 36. Excuse me. Gotta drink some water. Too many calls this morning. So the 36 reversed equals 63, and that 63 price is what we're seeing right now. And I just love watching these Gematria calls come out time and time again. These numbers are so fascinating. A big reason why I was paying attention to the 63 also is because it is the 2618 Fibonacci extension from the previous fractal. So when Bitcoin broke out to start the year and went straight to 42,000, again 42, coming back to our good old friends, these homies, and this all happening and then bashing down to that 29,000 range, you create a swing high to swing low on the Fibonacci, and you're seeing the 63,000 show up on the 2618. And that's where we're getting resistance. So that's totally fine. We'll see resistance with this white trend line. And then also if we get a daily close above this 2618, I anticipate continuation. Now, with that being said, there's a couple things to look forward to. For one, the 2-day closure is happening tonight. So I'm going to hide all this extra drawing stuff. And we're just going to work with our Bollinger Bands. So the Bollinger Bands on the 2-day and 3-day are very critical, and we're seeing resistance on this 2-day topside Bollinger Band as we speak. So getting a daily closure above the topside Bollinger Band would lead to continuation. Another thing is if I go to the daily, the Bollinger Band on the top side is a really nice resistance, as you can see. So we closed above the top side Bollinger Band yesterday night, and then we are now seeing support by it. Going back to this day right here, where we saw the March 13th 1-year anniversary from the COVID cryptocurrency crash, this is a new all-time high. So this was a manipulation. And if you saw the next day, we closed within the Bollinger Band. that was a sign that it was a premature breakout. So if we're going to continue the 2-day closure below and the daily closure below this Bollinger Band leading into tonight, this market can absolutely continue to go sideways. Now, if Bitcoin continues to go sideways, you know what that means for the altcoins. That means the altcoins will continue to do really well. I am not surprised today to see blood in the streets on a lot of these cryptos due to the fact that today was the Coinbase IPO, and with that Coinbase IPO, I expected ritual for sure. The last thing I'm going to touch on is this DXY. You could see the dollar index is absolutely tanking from its previous highs, and that going on does not surprise me at all, because if you look at the way this chart looks and I bring up my drawing tools, you'll see exactly what's going on here. So you see this channel right here. I know this is a very messy chart. All you have to do is pay attention to two things. One being this channel with the rejection at the top and now the support at the bottom. You can see we saw support here. We saw rejection here, rejection here, rejection here, and then a rejection again leading into April. And then we saw this pull back down into the bottom of this morning. So if we close below this, that's probably going to mean further downside. And that downside, I'm anticipating to head back towards the lows around here of 89. And if that continues moving through the month of April, we will continue to see a breakout across the board, meaning brand new all-time highs in the stock market and brand new highs for Bitcoin and all the other cryptocurrencies. So this DXY chart is pretty crucial. Keep an eye on it because we're seeing a huge dump over the course of the last 2 weeks. And today looks like it's definitely losing even more strength. As it loses strength, this is going to be very bullish for the cryptocurrencies. So I'm going to leave it at that. If you guys are looking to learn more about technical analysis and how to utilize Gematria to implement in your technical analysis strategy, I have a mastermind course that goes over everything from beginning technical analysis all the way to very advanced with presentations of astrotheology, and it's inclusive of updates that I don't put on YouTube. It's insider access stuff. So if that sounds interesting to you, there's a promo code in the pinned comment below. Then just shoot me an email to my in the description box. I appreciate all of you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day in the Matrix. Much love.